Okay, so we have one scale for the knife roughed in. I used a Sharpie marker to leave myself some playroom. It's a few 16ths of an inch. Lines up pretty good. And I have the other scale marked out, ready to get roughed in. So let's get to work on that and we'll see what happens. And as I said, guys, I am using, basic tools. I have a coping saw here and a Harbor Freight belt sander that I'm using to remove a lot of this material in between the saw and the belt sander. Like I said, I am no bladesmith. This is a pre-bought blank. I'm just trying to get some handles on it right now. So, doing this with tools that most people can find around at home. If not, you can pick up for a few bucks. And let's keep going and see what happens. Both scales are roughed out. They're reasonably close. Still have a lot of cleaning up to do, but now we have to drill the holes. We have a lanyard and 2 pins. So let's go find a drill bit, get those drilled out, and start to glue this thing up. We have the scales drilled out. Those are ready to go. We have our brass pins. Those are ready to go. And on the knife blank, what I've done is before I add this epoxy to everything, I just went ahead and I roughed up the handle to give it a little tooth to let the epoxy bite into something. Now I'm going to do this on a clean surface right over here. Get these scales ready to go. Pins are ready to go. And we have the clamps to clamp it down. That's a 30-minute epoxy. Let's see what happens, guys. Hope for the best. Roughed out handle is epoxied, pinned, and clamped. Yeah, I'm holding this with an old sock because we got epoxy on the blade. It was a little bit of a sloppy process. But so far so good. It says this dries in 30 minutes. We're going to give it an hour and go from there. I will unclamp this in an hour from now. Okay, so here we go. Finished product. We got the scales pinned in, epoxied on. They're strong. Everything is evened out. I'd say those scales are about even. Feels comfortable in the hand. I sanded off a little bit of the forging residue that was left on there. Not too worried about that. So I think about the only thing left to do on this is we'll get some type of oil on the handle, some type of finish, and then we'll put the final edge on this. And that's something I want to talk about, guys. If you're ever going to do a project like this, don't try to put a handle on something with a reasonable edge, because you will just dice your hands up. So yeah, that will work. I had a little chip out right there. See that deformation right there when I had to drill out some of the epoxy? That's the lanyard hole. I'm really not worried about it. As I said, this is not a show knife. It is a practical knife. So yeah, I did have some chip out and deformation right there. it sucks, but you know, what are you gonna do? But overall, I am pleased with the turnout. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Take care. As always, have a blessed day. Stay safe.